All right, boys, we are back. We are going to do a breakdown, a weekly outlook breakdown, kind of giving ourselves something to look forward to for the rest of the week, kind of like what moves we're going to be looking for and what to be expecting. It's actually going to be pretty basic today due to the fact that we have gone through a market crash, as we all know, big market crash, right? And what is going to happen right now? I mean, I've currently took throughout the last stream already setups at the bottom of these meltouts that we have across the board. So let's start off with GJ, right? If we go to GJ, big retracements downwards, big retracements downwards. Let's actually act like this trade's not here. Big retracements downwards, right? Daily candlestick, right? We're trading way beneath both of our 8 SMAs. We have had a big bearish move, right? Let's go to our weekly candlestick chart and we see our weekly looks ridiculous. I mean, this looks, I think ridiculous is a perfect word, right? So let's go to the smaller time frames and see what we could be expecting for the upcoming sessions. When we zoom into the 1 hour chart, we see that we have formed support, and what we have right here is kind of what I call a ripple fib being set up, right? What is a ripple fib? A ripple fib is whenever we have a strong level of resistance, right? Strong level of resistance right there, followed up by ascending levels of support, right? What's important about the ripple fib? When you have these ascending levels of support, they all share the same resistance. Ascending levels of support, same resistance. Ascending levels of support, same resistance, and so on and so forth. And that is a great bullish setup for price to get ready to break through. Now it could retrace, break these lows down here. Price could come and break these lows and then retrace. Fake outs could happen. Point is that I'm looking forward to this being basically a down channel, right? That we were coming forward through, a down channel that we were experiencing. Horrible, sorry for my writing. Down channel. Now we're moving sideways, which is the range. And now I'm expecting price to actually start going bullish and actually start filling this wick for the upcoming session. And after that, I mean, if we go to the 4 hour candlestick chart, we 100% can break these highs and then start melting and making lows after. But breaking lows on GJ would basically mean go for sells, right? Anything below this level, we are looking for sells on GJ, basically wick filling everything else to the downside. If not, try to catch a nice level of support and try, taking advantage of this uptrend that I see probably coming. Same thing when we go to US 30. That's why I said it was going to be pretty basic. US 30, big melt out. This was the big market crash, right? I was talking about market crash, but we're looking at GJ. This is the market crash that we were talking about here. Daily candlestick chart. As we see, we were bearish. Small retracement. Everybody thought everything was calm. And after that, all hell broke loose. This is currently a trade that I am in. I'm going to take it off the board right now. Sadly, I kind of want to keep it, but I think it's fine. I'll take it off the board. I mean, what we were looking forward to here was the gap fill, right? Price gapped downwards, and we opened up market somewhere around here. After that, we had to be expecting, right? What professional traders, I would say, I didn't want to use that word, but experienced traders, that's a better word for it, would be looking forward to right here, excuse me, would be for price to at one point come back and try to fill this price that never got filled, right? That's why it's called gap fill, right? There's a price right here. The price is 37,800, etc. That's irrelevant. That the candlesticks never got to actually fill that price in. So whenever there's a huge gap downwards, we expect the market to come upwards and actually fill that gap. Or if it gapped upwards, for the market to come downwards, right? Vice versa. It works both ways. And using that strategy as well as the ripple fib strategy, I mean, we saw that there were strong levels of resistance right here, followed up by ascending levels of support. We got ourselves in a great long positions and took advantage of the recovery that we just barely started. Now, there's a lot more left, right? We have a lot more left if we actually want to call it a recovery. Nonetheless, what we got to be looking forward to is the trend that is currently present, right? The momentum that is bullish. And that's why it's called the weekly outlook. I would be looking for sells, anything back at this strong level of support, right? We're looking at US 30 right now. Anything back at major lows, weekly lows, I'd be expecting the weekly candlestick to get even bigger to the downside, right? So if the weekly flips bearish, we're looking at probably major sells. So that is what we'd have to be looking out for. When it comes down to gold, which also had a major retracement after breaking all-time highs back-to-back weeks, it's gold. Gold has a mind of its own, and we all know that, right? Gold has a mind of its own. My predictions for gold is that it's going to recover the whole dropout that it had and probably get back to all-time highs before the week probably even ends. Look at the week right now, right? Strong possibility. Now, what would make me be bearish on gold? Us approaching weekly lows on gold, right? Us approaching weekly lows on gold, which is not far away. Where is weekly lows? Let me mark this out real quick. Horizontal line, very simple. Actually, yeah, probably I'd be looking for sales anything below the weekly candlestick. And that's what we do as traders, right? We try to focus on what the weekly candlestick is doing, and we use the 4-hour candlestick basically to try to, you know, anticipate the move beforehand. As in, we're saying, oh, let's hope for this 4-hour candlestick right now to close, so we hop into the next 4-hour candlestick, and for it to continue to be bullish, right? Because we've had bullish, bullish, bullish. Probabilities say that the next candlestick should be bullish. Same thing with NASDAQ. I mean, it's copying the same exact move right now. Markets are very volatile, boys, so there's a lot of good moves to catch, kind of like this GJ move. This GJ move looks like a beautiful ripple fib, something that we trade on live stream all the time, ascending levels of support. Price is just accumulating itself towards this level of resistance, getting ready to break. Now, like I said from the beginning, that does not mean that we can't reach weekly lows all across the board, whether it be gold, whether it be GU, whether it be NASDAQ, US 30. We could easily reach weekly lows. Once we're at weekly lows, I'm not expecting a bounce. I'm expecting all hells to break loose. It's going to be a melt out. So that is the weekly outlook, boys. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Turn on post notifications. Make sure you guys tune in daily to the streams because we stream daily. We hold a very good record. We only take 1 to 2 streams a day. Boys, thank you so much. I'll see you guys there. Peace.